New videos every day.
Continuing on our massages for beginners, we're going to show a little footwork for a novice massage person or somebody who's just enjoying doing this for your friends or family. Okay, we start with a little bit of oil. And again, you don't want to have too much on, enough that your hands will slip easily and that you won't be pulling too much friction from the skin. Okay, to start with just a basic foot massage, the areas that you need to be careful of are the inner. There's a little ankle bone that's here, and inside this area there's a lot of structures that are, they're close to the surface. There's the various points, acupuncture points and the like, that in that area it's just a little sensitive. It's better not to put a lot of pressure. Same with the outside side. And if you're working somebody who is pregnant, don't ever, just stay away from this part of the foot. Just stay away from it unless you know what you're doing. It's just got some points there that it's better just to stay away from it. Okay, so aside from that, the foot is got a lot of bones in it, and there's quite a bit of padding around a lot of the bones on the feet. On the bottom part of the feet. The top part, you can feel the bones, but you're going to be massaging in between them and not on them. So I like to start by just taking the toes and giving them a little bit of traction, which is a little bit of a pull, and just pull a little bit this direction, and then kind of sweep your hand off of it. Just a little pull, not where you're really yanking it and tearing it out of the socket, but it's just a little traction. If you take your fingers and hold tightly onto the toe and get a nice good grip deep down at the base of the toe, and then you can just very lightly initiate a bit of a pull and then just run the finger down. It's quite nice. Sometimes you can even rotate it a little bit if you like. You're going to find that toes, on people's toes, are very neglected for the most part, but they do play an important role in our balance. So we should keep on reminding ourselves that our feet get us a lot of places, so we should thank them for what they do. Now here I'm just rubbing the bottoms, the padding, just back and forth with my thumbs. And I'm not sure how well this can be seen. And up and down through the arch, and then through this lateral side of the sole. And the heel, you can just work however. The bottom of the foot is got a lot of thick skin, especially for people that run a lot of barefootedness. And you can manipulate the feet a little bit. And then going to the top part of the foot, you can just take your fingers and run them down along each toe. Just when you get to one, you can actually even put, run a bone between two fingers and just get it feeling really good there, and taking a little bit of a little twisting action to get the bones moving in the directions that they can. Again, you want to make sure that your hands are really grabbing on and that you're holding well with the hands, and then just let them manipulate, but don't feel like you have to control what's going on. It's really more of a following the anatomy again. That's you'll hear that from me a lot. Follow the anatomy, and don't take it too far, and don't wrench it out. As you advance in this work, you're going to understand how these various soft tissues feel, and you can do a lot more with them, and you can take them into different directions because you understand a little bit deeper what's going on. But at first, just be very basic, be very careful, respect what you're doing, don't come down too hard. And I have seen the effects of that. It can be anything from bruising to really hurting somebody pretty badly. So now here I've got both the front and the back that I'm just manipulating. You can do fingers between the toes. Now sometimes this works better on some toes than others. Ooh, he's got little spaces there. Now you can get your fingers between the toes and try to get them down at the base. And then you can just work it around a little bit. And you know, when you're doing it for your friends, just take time. Take the time to do it. These are just little short little clips that are showing you how to do it. But if you just take some time, take, you know, 5 minutes or so and just feel what's going on in this particular move, and discover different things. Play with it a little bit. Just be very careful. So here I'm just bending it. You can bend it this way, the toes, but you want to be sure that you're feeling what the toe is doing, and you're not thinking that you can take it in a direction and just wrench it out of place, because that's not what bodywork is about at all. Even those who practice with very hard, strong, deep pressure should know exactly what they're going into and how to work it. There should never be a lot of trauma to the body in bodywork. That's not going to be conducive to healing without having some other effects. Anytime some more trauma is handled on the body, it has to correct from that as well. So just keep those little things in mind. And then while we're down here, let's just do a little bit of ankle rotation. You can flatten your hand on the palm and bend it up. The tendency is the foot will sickle itself in because it's stronger on that side. So if you're going to do this, you want to be sure that you're putting a little bit more pressure on the lateral side or the outside of the foot and holding it up, getting a nice stretch through the gastrocnemius, and actually pulling the heel a little bit down as you push up. It's just a little way of stretching, and then you can bring it back forward and stretch it that way. So that's about what you can begin with, and play with it from there. You can go deeper in there and feel the bones actually inside of the foot through the padding. If you want to play with that, you can go in with a little more pressure on the bottom because the skin is so thick, but be careful on the arch. That's a thinner spot. Okay, now that'll give you a little, and you do the same thing on the other foot. You just go ahead and do the same kind of procedure and play with it. And sometimes if they're ticklish too, that's another thing. If they're very, very, very ticklish on the bottom of the feet, you can still work them. I've worked some of the most ticklish feet in the world, I think. And yet I've been able to touch them with time. It's a matter of just taking your time to touch them. If all you do is just hold for a while, just hold it. And then slowly, you can slowly begin to move your hands around and the ticklishness will go away. So if you go slow into that, you can even manage ticklish feet. So thank you so much. This is Athena Jezik, beginner footwork. Thank you.